Let's start with a story. Imagine you're on a plane. Not a real one. More like the kind made of cardboard at your kid's school play. Suddenly, you hear the dreaded words. We're making a crash landing. Now, most passengers are handed regular parachutes, if any. But you're special. You get a parachute made of gold, with a built-in seat warmer and a snack tray. That's a golden parachute. Everyone else lands with a thud. You, meanwhile, float safely down, sipping juice and munching on cookies. This magical parachute, of course, isn't just handed out for being nice. It's for being the pilot, or, in business terms, the big boss. If the plane company's new owners come in and want to change everything, including the pilot, the golden parachute ensures you'll land softly, even if you're pushed out mid-flight. In other words, your fall will be a lot cushier than everyone else's. It may sound a bit unfair. After all, why does the pilot get the snack tray while everyone else is gnawing on stale pretzels? That's the world of golden parachutes for you. Luxury for a select few at the top. But before we get too judgy, let's see why companies use them and what's really inside these shiny packages. So next time you hear golden parachute, just picture a boss floating safely away from chaos, waving to everyone else who's crashing into reality. Now let's unpack what's actually in one of these things. A golden parachute isn't an actual parachute you keep under your CEO desk. Sorry, skydiving fans. It's a fancy contract clause. If a top executive loses their job, usually after the company is sold or merged, they get a sweet payout. This might include a big pile of cash stock options, bonuses, paid health insurance, a company car. Sometimes executives get all of these things. It's the business world's way of saying, sorry you lost your job, but here's enough money to keep buying gold-plated everything. So who gets these? Not your average office worker who brings donuts every Friday. Golden parachutes are almost always reserved for the top brass. CEOs, CFOs, other alphabet soup executives. You know, the folks with corner offices, not cubicles. Regular employees might get a handshake, a box for their stuff. Top execs get a payout big enough to start their own donut company. The golden parachute isn't just cash, though. Sometimes it's stock that becomes yours instantly, or a retirement plan that pays out early. There might even be a clause saying the company will pay your lawyer if you end up in court. It's as if the company is saying, we want you to land softly no matter what. That's why the word golden is in there. Silver apparently just wasn't fancy enough. So, in simple terms, a golden parachute is a prearranged, super generous goodbye gift for top executives if they lose their jobs in a business shakeup. Now let's see why companies even bother with this pricey send-off. You might think companies just like spoiling executives, but there's actually a method to this madness. For starters, golden parachutes help attract top talent. If you're a superstar CEO, you want to know you'll be taken care of if things go sideways. Job security takes on a whole new meaning when there's a multi-million-dollar safety net involved. There's another reason: mergers and acquisitions. When a company is about to be sold, things get turbulent. Like a plane flying through a thunderstorm. Executives might panic and try to sabotage the deal to keep their jobs. But if they know they'll be rewarded for leaving, they're less likely to throw a tantrum, and more likely to cooperate. It's the corporate version of, don't worry, you'll get candy if you behave. Golden parachutes can also reduce drama. If executives know their exit will be smooth, they don't have to cling to their desks for dear life. This makes it easier for new owners to make changes without a wrestling match in the boardroom. Think of it as paying extra for a drama-free breakup. Of course, not everyone loves this idea. Some say it's like rewarding someone for losing a job. But from the company's point of view, it's all about keeping things running smoothly during a big transition. Now, let's talk about who actually benefits. And how. For executives, the upside is obvious. Lose your job, get rich, or at least richer. It's like being voted off an island but still winning the prize money. You can pay off your house, buy a yacht, take a very long vacation. Some executives even negotiate their golden parachute before they start the job, just in case they need a soft landing later. But there's something in it for the company too. With a golden parachute, they can attract big-name leaders. Might otherwise be scared off by the risk. It's a bit like offering a star athlete a massive contract. Sure, it's expensive, but you hope it pays off in wins. The company also gets peace of mind during a merger. The boss won't fight tooth and nail to stay, because they know they're covered. It can also help the company's reputation. If people think the company takes care of its leaders, it might look like a great place to work, at least at the top. And if you're a shareholder, you might prefer a smooth transition to a messy one, even if it costs a bit extra. After all, drama is only fun on TV. On the other hand, there's a big question. Is it really fair for a CEO to get millions for leaving, while other employees get much less? That brings us to the critics and the controversies. Critics say golden parachutes are like giving the captain of the Titanic a bonus for hitting the iceberg. You crash the ship? Here's a gold watch and a pile of money. Regular workers often get laid off with little or nothing. Watching the boss float away on a bed of cash can feel, well, infuriating. It's a bit like seeing your sibling get a new car for wrecking the family minivan while you get grounded for leaving crumbs on the seat. Some argue these payouts waste company money. After all, couldn't those millions be used to reward loyal employees or invest in new ideas? There's also the risk of attracting people who care more about the payout than the company's future. A golden parachute can become a golden incentive to not try too hard. Regulators and shareholders sometimes push back. They ask, shouldn't leaders be rewarded for success, not failure? In some cases, companies have even faced lawsuits over excessive parachutes. It's a real debate. Should leaving the job be like winning the lottery, or just a normal part of business? So, are golden parachutes good or bad? Well, they're both. They keep things running smoothly at the top, but they can also look deeply unfair. Regular people should care because these decisions affect everything from job security to company health. If you've ever wondered where your raise went, it might be floating away, attached to a golden parachute.